My name is Daniel Dunlap, and this is my reflection for this week on utilitarianism. Our university's president has found a way to ban concealed handguns from our campus, but the only way that this could happen is if the faculty voted 90% in favor of abolishing UT Tyler's concealed carry law. According to the ethical theory of utilitarianism, the president of UT Tyler should not exercise this provision and not call for a faculty vote to determine the outcome of this matter. Their decision will not maximize pleasures at UT Tyler. This is because the majority of people at UT Tyler are students and not faculty. If the law were to say that if 90% of the students approved of the law of banning handguns, then that would be acceptable due to the students making up the majority of the population at UT Tyler. By allowing the faculty to make this decision, they will be neglecting the pleasures of the majority of the population, and according to the theory of utilitarianism, we must bring about the pleasures of the majority, which in this case are the students. If the faculty were to take up the vote on this law, then it would be violating the ethical theory of utilitarianism because the pleasures and opinions of the greater portion of the population are being ignored. So how could we know what would bring the most amount of pleasure to a population when only the minority are voting? Now, if the president were to restructure the voting process and allow the students to vote, then this would be acceptable due to the fact that the majority of the pleasures are being met. The majority of people's pleasures are being met. This would bring about the most pleasure at the UT Tyler community, and the intensity would be high and last a while since most are pleased and satisfied with the outcome, and they're not disgruntled or angry about it. On the other hand, you could think about it in this way: since the faculty are more experienced than students and have been through more real-life situations, maybe making them take up the vote would bring the most amount of pleasure to everyone. Since they're voting with experience, they have more experience about things and they know more about life than we do. But then again, this would be neglecting the majority and wouldn't be acceptable. So it is important that the pleasures of the majority are met in order to have a functional society. Now, if the law were to be passed, let's say by the majority, then this would bring a lasting high-intensity feeling of safety because people would feel more comfortable in a gun-free environment. In addition, people could think more freely and solve more problems cerebrally instead of using force to fix things. It would also allow people to think more with their heads. If the law were to be rejected by the majority, then most people will feel, the maximum amount of pleasure when they or their peers have an object in which they can use, for their own self-defense or in self-defense situations. Thank you.